Hello and welcome to Modalities Movement Therapy. Today we are looking at the foundation for better movement. As you've probably heard before, the feet are your foundation. Proper foot health is essential for mobility, as your feet support your body weight with every step you take. The foot is an incredibly complex part of the human body, made up of 33 joints, 26 bones, over 100 muscles, ligaments, and tendons. All of these working together to provide balance, stability, and shock absorption. When our feet are housed in shoes most of the time, many of these muscles are not working as they're designed to, which can lead to weakness and affect alignment throughout the rest of the body. This workout focuses on reinforcing or reigniting the connection between the brain and the feet. We'll work on improving mobility and strength while encouraging you to spend more time barefoot wherever possible, keeping the muscles active and engaged, because what happens in your feet has a direct impact on what happens in the rest of your body. Remember, movement is key. And if you don't use it, well, you lose it. So for the workout, you're going to need a hard reflex ball and a soft one and an extended resistance band. We're going to start in standing and start rolling the feet out on that hard reflex ball. So a nice deep pressure. Try and keep the ball right underneath you and roll that foot nice and slowly over the ball. And make sure you cover every inch of the sole of that foot, all the way from the big toe across to the little toe and over to the heel. Nice and slowly. While you're doing this, focus on your breathing. A slow, steady breath in through the nose and out through the nose. So you want to breathe in for about 4 counts and exhale for 4 to 6 counts. So you can start off exhaling for 4 counts and slowly progress to exhaling for 6 counts. With the ball still under the foot, you're going to drop the heel and you're going to spread the toes out as much as possible, opening up the spaces between those toes. And if you can, grip the ball and pick it up. If you can't pick it up, just focus on spreading the toes out and gripping the ball. So you're going to almost roll the foot up, the ball of the foot over the ball to help you get that grip. Do another 2 and another 1. Let's do the same on the other side. So nice, slow and steady rolling over the ball. Make sure you're moving all the way to the lateral side of the foot. Keep going. 4 more. And 3, focus on your posture, relaxing your shoulders. And when you're ready, you're going to open up those toes, drop the heel, spread the toes out. Once you've got that grip on the ball, pick the ball up. Open up the spaces between the toes as much as you can. Do another 3, 2, and 1. From there, put that hard reflex ball to the side. You're now going to take the softer ball, bring that between the heels, just under the ankle bones. Look at your toes, spread them out again. Try not to crunch the toes up. You want to make sure they're nice and relaxed and spread out. Then you're going to push into the balls of the feet and lift the heels, squeezing that reflex ball between the heels. As you come up, breathe in and exhale. Imagine you've got a feather underneath your nose. You don't want to inhale the feather, but you don't want the feather to blow away. So just keep it resting gently under the nose. Do another 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Just roll down and release that reflex ball. Stand slightly straddle. I'm going to show you from the side. You're going to spread the toes out again. Try not to crunch the toes up. You're going to push forward, so bend that knee slightly and push into the toes. So spreading the toes out just on the front foot. You'll see that I'm working into the arch of the foot and lifting the ball of the foot slightly off the mat, and then release. So you can breathe in, push into the toes, lift the ball of the foot, work into the arch, and release. We're going to keep going. Do another 6, breathing in and exhale, breathing in and exhale, breathing in and exhale. Try relax the toes as much as possible, breathing in and exhale. Open those toes up. Use your fingers if you need to. Breathing in and exhale. And one more. And exhale. Let's do the same to the other side. So feet are straddle. Bend the knee. Push into the toes. And lift up into the arch. And release. So we're working the arch of that foot. Relax the toes as much as possible and release. Relax them, push into them and release. Push and release. Push and release. 4 more. Breathing in and exhale. And 3. And exhale. Last 2. And exhale. 1 more. Breathing in and exhale. Okay. Taking it back into the lunge position on the first side, working into stretching across the front of the leg. We're going to take the hands behind the back, link the fingers. As you breathe in, you're going to tuck into that position. So you're opening up as much as you can, pushing the hips and the pelvis forward, breathing in, and then exhale. Breathing in. So not just focusing on the front of the hip, we're focusing on those pectoral muscles. Keep going. Breathing in, pushing and stretching. Exhale. Keep going. Breathing in and exhaling. 4 more. Breathing in and exhaling. 3 to go. And exhale. Last 2. And exhale. 1 more. Breathing in and exhale. And just shake it out. Perhaps give the shoulders a little bit of a roll. Nod the head from side to side. Just loosen up in the neck. Let's take it over to the other side. So a nice deep lunge. Bend well into that knee. Let's link the hands behind the back. Breathing in. Push the pelvis forward. Exhale. And release. Think about your posture. Chin lifted. And exhale. Here we go for 3. And exhale. Breathe in for 4. And exhale. So as I push forward, I'm pushing right into the ball of that back foot and exhale. Then you'll get a bit of a stretch into that plantar fascia in the arch of the foot as well. 3 to go. Breathing in and exhale. 2 more. Breathing in and exhale. For the last one, breathing in and exhale. And let's shake it out. Circle the shoulders up and back. Feet apart. Take one hand across the body. Just relax the elbow in the hand and try and relax the shoulder as much as you can. And just pulse that arm across the body. Keep going. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Let's do the same to the other side. Relax the elbow, drop the shoulder, but feel the stretch there. Pulse. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And just shake everything out. Come forward onto the hands and knees. So lengthways on your mat. Breathe in. And then tuck. Roll down through the spine. And walk down onto the hands and knees. In this position, we're now going to take that resistance band and we're going to bring it under one of the feet. So a little bit of a tricky position to get into. Open up the band so it's wide and make sure it's firmly under the foot, but focus on getting the toes under the band or the band under the toes. So we're going to work into pointing the foot. Make sure the center of the band is under the foot. Then you're going to position your hands so that the thumbs are pointing up, the band between the thumb and the index finger. And now your thumb is going to point down and you're going to stay on the knees. I'm going to give you another option if you're taking too much strain in the knees. You're going to lean back into this position. As you lean back into it, push the hands up, resist with the foot, and then exhale and come up. Breathe in, lean into it, exhale and resist. So if that is putting too much strain on the knees, you're going to lie in this position and point the toes, breathe in, and then exhale. Breathing in, and exhale. And exhaling. Breathing in, and exhaling. 4 more. And exhale. And 3. And exhale. Last 2, and exhale. 1 more, and exhale. Let's move over to the other side. So you've got both options. Bringing the band under the foot, make sure the toes are involved. Otherwise you can lie forward on the mat and bring the elbows next to the ears. Take a slow, steady inhalation, lean back into it, and exhale and come up. Breathing in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. 4 more. And exhale. 3 to go. Last 2. And 1 more. And exhale. Release the band for now. We're now going to take that reflex ball and we're going to bring it inside the hip bone, into that iliac dungeon. We're going to release the diaphragm, but we're also focusing on that hip flexor and that psoas muscle, that deep psoas muscle, giving that a good release. So bring the ball under the hand under the ball. If you find you're getting deep enough without the hand, then you stay in that position and you bring the hand under the forehead. And you're going to lift that leg up if you can. Any strain in the lower back and you feel you're getting deep enough, then you can keep the foot on the mat. Otherwise, we're going to focus on breathing in and lifting up, exhaling, lower down. As I mentioned, your second option is to bring the hand underneath the ball if you want to get a bit deeper into the release. Breathe in and exhale. Keep going with whatever option you've chosen. Breathing in and exhale. We're doing 8 and exhale. 3 more and exhale. Last 2 and 1 more. And reposition the ball over to the other side, right inside that hip bone. So you're between the belly button and the hip bone, but closer to that hip bone. Make sure you're not on the hip bone itself, but inside on that soft tissue. Rest your forehead on your hand. Breathe in. Any strain in the lower back, keep the foot on the mat and just focus on releasing with the breath. Four more. Release the ball, bring the hands under the shoulders, push up onto the hands and knees, and we're going to come into a seated position. You're going to need that resistance band again, and you can extend that leg, bend the other leg, and bring the foot or the foot underneath the calf, and you're now going to take the center of the band underneath that extended foot. Shorten the resistance in the band, and now we're going to move into an extended position. Don't worry too much about the point. Let's focus on getting movement into the ankle. So it's a more point and flex. So you're going into plantar flexion and into dorsiflexion. Get the toes involved. If you want to point the foot, you can. Keep going. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And 1 more. Okay. From there, we're going to pull the inside of the band. So we're working into an inward rotation or inversion of the foot. Then you're going to go into eversion. So here, you'll probably find this movement a little bit more limited because we don't have that much range of motion on that eversion as we do on the inversion. Keep going, getting that movement. If you do twist your ankle in this everted position, you want to be able to correct yourself. So you want the foot in and out of these positions, almost to prepare it in the event that that does happen. And 1 more. Let's do the same to the other side so you can support the leg on that foot, bending the knee, holding it and creating as much resistance as you can. Extend the foot and flex the foot. Plantar flexion, and get the toes involved, and point and flex. Keep going. Another 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1 more. Okay, keeping it in that flex position, that dorsiflex position. Pull into that everted position and inverted. Out and in. And just let your breathing follow the movement. Exhale in one direction, inhale on the other. Do another 4 and 3. 2 more. And the last one. Okay, release the band for now. Bring the soles of the feet together. You're going to take that soft reflex ball. You can use the hard one if you prefer to get a little bit deeper. I find this one is more than enough. We're going to focus on the inside of the foot, working up the inside of the leg. So just starting on the one foot for now, massaging up and down. Then move up behind the ankle bone. So you want to work along the soft tissue behind the shin and massage up towards the knee. Once you get to the knee, you're going to work in little circular motions. You can work forward and back from side to side, wherever you feel you're getting the most release. Continue moving up the inside of the leg. You can work again, circular motions, up and down, side to side. Keep going. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. You can also add a little bit of self-massage with the elbow, with the forearm, if you find that gets a little bit deeper into the release. Let's move over to the other side. So you're going to massage along the inside of the foot. Bring the big toe into it. Remember, that's going to help us with our stability, with our balance. Move up behind that ankle bone, along the soft tissue behind the shin. When you get to the knee, you're going to move over that. 4, 3, 2. When you're ready, you're going to continue moving up the inside of that leg. Use the ball to start. If you feel you're getting a little bit deeper with the elbow and the forearm, you can move on to that. Work right into that groin, right into the hip area. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, put that ball to the side, sitting lengthways on your mat. You're going to keep the toes together. You're going to keep the balls of the feet together, and you're going to keep the heels together. This movement, sliding out, is going to work again as we did when we were standing, into the arches of the feet. And then bring your feet back. As soon as you find the toes are coming apart, then you know you've gone too far. So you're going to slide the feet out. See the arches of the feet engaging. Keep the toes together and then bring the feet back towards you. Breathing in and exhaling. Breathing in and exhaling. Do another 4. Keep the toes together, relax them, but keep them together. And exhale. 3 more. Breathing in and exhale. Last 2. Breathing in and exhale. 1 more. Breathing in and exhale. Okay, feet flat, knees bent, reflex ball underneath the one buttock. Let's massage around the glutes. Big area that we need to release. So move around. Still focus on a nice slow movement rather than making it too quick. You want to get a little bit deeper into the release. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Move over to the other side. Find that tension. When you find that tension, just focus on that area. Keep going. Do another 2 and 1. We're now going to come into a supine position, so lying on our back, working around the lower back still. You want to find that area that needs attention. Perhaps focus on the hip bone, that line where we have the sacroiliac spine. You want to work from there down towards the glutes. And again, find where that tension is and work on those areas that need that attention. Drop the knee, move the ball around. Where is your tension in your lower back? Look at targeting that and releasing that. Four more. And 3, 2, and 1. Let's move over to the other side. Position that ball in line with the hip bone. Massage along that sacroiliac spine. Move the ball around where you're feeling that tension. Release those areas. Keep going. 5 and 4. Keep going. 3, 2, and 1. Still working on the lower back. We're now going to position the ball underneath the shoulder blade. So on the upper trapezius, where the neck meets the shoulder, lie in that supine position. Lift the shoulder up off the mat and using the other hand, position the ball. And before you get comfortable, find where you have that tension. Support your head in the other hand, the hand that you've just used to position the ball. And then we're going to breathe in to the arch. Extend that elbow up to the diagonal so you're loosening up around the shoulder blade, and then exhale into that joint there as well. Breathing in and exhale. Keeping the tailbone on the mat, open up and exhale. Another 4 to go and exhale. 3 and exhale. Last 2. And exhale. 1 more, breathing in and exhale. Stay where you are. Lift the lower back off the mat. Keep the tailbone down. And you're going to wiggle the ball from side to side. Keep the elbow bent. And then just move the ball. So a little moving the ball in a bit of an arc. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the shoulder up. Position the ball. Support the head in the hand. Let's open up and breathe in. Extend the elbow to the diagonal. Exhale and circle the elbow. Breathing in and exhale. Here you go for 3. 4. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Taking the reflex ball, keep supporting the head in the same hand, and whichever hand the ball is on, you're going to massage on that side of the spine. So we're working along that bony process, the occiput ridge at the base of the skull. Make sure the head is resting on the ball, so you're not taking any strain in the neck. And just nod the head from side to side. Repeat this to the other side. Support the head in that hand. Bring the ball under the other hand or on top of the other hand. Make sure the head is resting on that ball. And then you begin rolling the ball from side to side. And nodding the head to get that movement. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Can pop the ball to the side. Have a nice big yawn. And stretch. You're going to hug the knees into the chest. Just bounce the knees to the chest. Place the feet back on the mat. Take your resistance band and we're going to use it to create that resistance around the pelvis. So open up the band so it's flat. Find your rib cage. Bring the band just onto the rib cage. And now taking each end in your hands, open up the arms as much as you can. Try to keep the band flat. And as you breathe in, you're going to go into an arch. Keep that resistance. As you exhale, you're coming into a tuck. Now we're going to move into the pelvic thrust. And here is where you're creating most of the resistance and then exhaling. Adjust the band if you need to and make sure you're getting as much resistance as you can. Breathing in and exhaling. Now thrusting, breathe into the thrust and exhale. Keep going, breathing in and exhale. And in and exhale. Keep going, breathing in and exhale. Four more, breathing in. Make sure your feet are not too far away. You want to work into those glutes that we've released. Exhaling, lower down. Another 2, breathing in and exhale. Resist and exhale. For the last one, breathing in and exhale. Breathing in. Hold it in this position. Push up into the ball or onto the balls of the feet if you can. And we're now going to focus on the breathing. Holding it in this lifted position, exhale. Breathing in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. 4 to go. Breathing in and exhale. 3 more. Breathing in and exhale. For the last one, breathing in. And as you exhale, release the heels. Slowly start lowering the back and the spine onto the mat. Let's just lengthen out again. Have a nice big yawn. And stretch. You're now going to come into a seated position. Take that resistance band and bring it behind the back. So we're going to push into the band and take each end in the hands. So again, just play around with the position of your thumbs. I find it easier to bring the band between the thumb and the index finger. And in this position, we're going to sit back and push back into the band. And then almost like a sling, you're going to sling yourself forward. So we're going to lean back. This is your exhalation. Breathe in as you open up. Exhale. And breathe in. Shorten the band if you need to create more resistance. And exhale. Breathe in. Keep going. Exhaling. And breathe in. And exhale. And breathe in. Exhaling. And breathing in. Do another 3. Then we're going to add some rotation. Now you're going to hold this exhalation. As you hold the exhalation, rotate for 2, 3, and 4. Sling yourself forward, breathing in. Exhale for 4. Continue exhaling for 3, 2, and 1. Breathing in. And exhale. Keep going, exhaling. Finish off. And come up to seated. So from that position, we're going to rock around onto the hands and knees. Keep the resistance band handy, but you're not going to use it now. We're going to use it just now. On the hands and knees, we're going to curl 1 foot under. Then you're going to bring your hands right next to the knee You're going to push onto the foot. Keep your hands on the mat to stabilize you. Look at your knee. You're going to lift and lower so the knee is bent. Lift and lower the heel. For 8. Look at this position of your toes. Try and spread them out as much as you can. Lift 8. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. You're going to stay on this foot. You're going to extend the leg. And you're going to lift and lower the heel. For 8. 7. 6. If your hamstrings are very tight, then you can continue with the soft knee. Otherwise, straighten the leg. Do another 4, 3, 2, and 1. From there, keep the knee straight. Release the hands. Uncurl through the spine. That's going to challenge your balance a little bit. So use your other foot if you need to. And then we're going to step the other foot onto the mat. Breathe in, exhale, and lower down. So you can soften the knee and lift and lower the heel. Spread the toes out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the knee if you can. Lift and lower for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands. Keep the knee straight and breathe in as you come up. And release the feet. Shake the legs out. We're now going to challenge those stabilizers. So taking one foot in front of the other and looking ahead. So posture has got a lot to do with the stability. It's much easier to engage those glutes if you're in a nice lifted position. Heels to toes and looking up and lengthening out. Okay, what we're now going to do is take the same arm as the front leg. You're going to extend the arm forward. You're going to take it across the body towards that back foot. Then you're going to drop the arm and reach to the other side. Drop the arm and reach across the body. Good. So we're challenging those stabilizers in the feet. And open up. Breathe in. As you open up, exhale as you cross over. Good. Keep going. Breathing in. And exhale. If you need to make the movement smaller with the arms, you can do that. Just open up. The bigger you make it, the more you're going to challenge your balance. Exhale. Follow the hand. Last 2. Breathing in. And exhale. Think big toes. Think spreading the toes out to give you more of a stable foundation. Let's do the same to the other side. So you're going to step that foot in front, the back foot, and then reach out. You can start on the same side. Breathing in, you'll find one side more challenging than the other. Exhale and cross over. So that back foot is working hard to stabilize you. Breathe in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. Keep going, breathing in and exhale. 3 more, breathing in and exhale. Last 2 and exhale. And 1 more, breathing in and exhale. Good. From there, feet side by side, we're now going to balance on 1 foot. So let's start with the foot lifted. You can take the foot, that big toe, onto the mat behind you if you need to, but try and balance on that 1 foot. Again, you can look down at the foot, try and spread the toes out as much as possible. Then we're going to work a little bit on the cognitive ability. So thumbs in front. You're going to keep the head still, but you're going to watch that thumb in your peripheral vision and watch that thumb in your peripheral vision. So from side to side. Use that lifted foot, the big toe if you need to. Another 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Good. Let's change legs. Still focusing on the thumbs. We're now going to take the thumb up and down. Keep the head still. Change hands. And down. Lift up and down. Lift up and down. 4 more. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And lift and lower. Good. 1 more. And lift and lower. And shake it out. Taking that resistance band again, we're going to bring the center underneath the right foot. And this next movement is a squat. If you can, stay on that band under that foot. If you need to use the back foot, use the back foot. You want to focus on activating these glute muscles as well as the muscles in the feet. And we're going to use the arms a little bit in this movement. So we're going to breathe in and then exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Keep looking ahead. Think about the feet, about spreading the toes apart. Breathing in and exhale. 4 more. Try and sit into that position. The knee will come slightly forward, but you rather want to focus on that sitting position, like you're sitting into a chair. Do another 2. You're going to breathe in as you go down, and another 1. And then exhale. Let's do the same with the other foot. Change the arms if you want to. We can work into a bicep curl this time. Lifting that foot or keeping the big toe on the mat. We're going to breathe in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. Toes are spread apart. Focus on the big toe to help with that stability, part of the deep core line. Keep going. 3 more. Last 2. And 1 more. Keeping the band under the foot. Bring the other foot under the band. And we're coming into a squat position. So again, let's change the position of the hands. And we're going to breathe in Sit back into that squat position. Exhale and release. Breathing in and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. So it is a bit of a bicep curl and exhale. Breathing in and exhale. Try and get a little bit lower into that squat. Do another 4. 3 more. Last 2. And 1. And releasing the band. Just shake everything out. Swing those arms around the body. Just give that neck a little bit of a stretch. Reach that arm out to the side and release. Lengthen and release. Breathe in and release. Breathe in and release. And shake everything out one last time. Swing the arms around the body. Look at those feet. Spread those toes out. Try and open them up as much as possible. And again, I would encourage you to walk around barefoot as much as you can. Well done, and thank you for joining me.